you guessed it, we're back into streaming. And we're going to start off straight away. Now, for those who do not know this game, you pretty much can start out on the normal one, but I've decided to avoid angering viewers who are sort of like less grinding, and for those who are like less story, I've made a compromise and I've made an agreement. I've made an agreement to myself, which hopefully should help with separating the two together. And that is by doing a new game plus, meaning we can get more of the story done, but we can but at a certain point I will need to grind, because I want to be able to do something in this game which I've not been able to on the previous one. Welcome to the stream, which I'm going to guess it's SRB2, I think. If it's not, then hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah. No, oh, it's Noctus, not Noctus. Dang it. Oh well. I'm always gonna get that. Whoa. Hey. That's exactly what I honestly felt as being affecting my Final Fantasy 14 update thing. I think that is honestly how I felt like.
Hang in there, buddy.
Hey,
Stay down.
Pronto.
We'll keep him busy.
Oh yeah, folks. You know, and I did do a phone cycle thing, a spin wheel app on this phone,
I got your back.
and believe it or not, out of 2 spins, this game was landed on them 2 times. First spin, second spin, this game. So it's gotta be fate. Yep. I thought then my hints I told you earlier, you probably gave too much away. Yeah, we get to do this game now. Because we are pretty high level, we don't need to get all the fancy equipment on us already.
Thank you.
Because when you complete the game, you actually get the final outfit, which gives you quite a nice stats boost. However, we don't need that. I'm going to be changing all of their gear. Well, I say gear, their appearances. Because I actually have, because of recent updates, you actually get given the Machina Trooper's armor. Yes, I am SRB2. So that way I can avoid getting people who don't like grinding too much and people who don't like the story too much, because I remember the early part of the game is a little bit you have to grind a lot to get to a certain level where you feel safe to go on, but at the same time, so that will help the people who want to see less grinding, because they'll want to see the story, so we can do that. And when we reach half of the game, I think it's around that point, that is when, yeah, exactly. However, when we reach the middle part of the game, that is when grinding becomes a little bit important, but it's an interesting time because it's technically not grinding, because it's still missions. And it's missions I couldn't do my first time round because of level issues. I was too low. But this time round I'm at a good level, which means I should be able to do the mission line, which I think actually happens in the middle of the game. Now, I am avoiding giving spoilers for those who watch this who haven't played the game. So, this is a way... Yeah. That was one of the things that this game did kind of do. The level gaps are just too wide. I mean, at the very start of the game, like around chapter 2, chapter 3, you could be like a level 10, and you suddenly come across a level 30 from out of nowhere. There's literally no warning. There's nothing to give you any alert. There is things that don't give you alerts to level differences until you've just about come face to face with it. So that can be an issue. Ah, great. Oh, but I do have to admit, the music in this game is nice. It is really good, especially the music at the play at this first bit. Sadly, because of copyright issues in the world we live in, copyright is a very cruel monster. I've had to turn off the music. So, I'm sorry, there's no music. But other sound is on, but only at 20%. So, we're gonna have to live in a muteless world. But strangely enough, I actually know the song. Well, I used to know the song Stand By Me perfectly. Because when I was younger, I used to sing to myself. Well, when you're a loner in school, you had to do something. And I did that. I got funny looks from everyone, so that pretty much was my final 3 years of high school in a nutshell. Yeah. God. Yep. That is the one. Oh boy. I remember knowing that song off by heart when I was younger. But because I got older and I didn't really sing it. Now I'm honest to myself. Little by little, the lyrics were vanishing. I only know the first verse and the chorus. I don't fully remember the second verse. It's something about stars, I think. You see, even now I don't remember it. And I even sung it. Ah, yeah, Mad World. That's a very weird. Whoever wrote that song obviously had an objective.
You can only go so far on the
Because no one would ever make a song that gloomy without thinking of some sort of diabolical way of getting back at someone. See, like him, he heard it, and look at him, he's collapsed. He heard Mad World is down before.
Car isn't gonna move itself.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually
repainted
repainted the car.
Ready, steady.
Now, to those who may be watching and isn't showing up, the car is actually usually black. That is the actual default colour. However, because I changed it, I changed this white one. Anything that you change in the previous playthrough carries through. And this actual style thing only appeared very recently. So, yeah.
Let's just hope this isn't some omen.
Gladio, do me a favor.
What?
Ah, I gotta remember, it is a nice relaxing game, is this? Because even if you don't want to do anything serious in this game, you can just set Ignis to auto-drive you across the entire map, and you can just relax. You can just sit back and watch the scenery. Because the scenery in itself is amazing. I mean, you can go all the way to that mountain there. Literally, you can go. So, it's just a vast world, which a lot of people did have issue with because it's not quite as good as compared.
Looks that way.
Yeah,
The world.
it is like that. It is like a road. It's basically some people call it a road trip simulator. That's pretty much what they saw it as. Oh, fun fact. I actually saw the next character you meet, cause someone actually cosplayed as them. Now you can pretty much imagine the shock I had when I suddenly saw someone dressed up like this. When they appear, it was something you're just not quite ready for. I'm being serious. was weird. Yeah. After the initial shock, it was actually quite nice. Not in the weird, disturbing, creepy way. I'm just saying it was a very spot-on outfit.
Hey there,
I mean,
y'all
look at
kept
that. I
the
mean,
girl waiting.
that is what I basically saw walking up
Now,
and
which
walking
one's the
past me.
prince?
Now, in a very crowded room, you
Hello,
are
Your
gonna
Highness.
get nudged a lot.
Congrats on your wedding.
In fact, come think at the last Comic Con I went to, by an hour of being there, it literally became elbow to elbow, elbow to cheek. Quite literally being elbowed to get past people.
Cindy, Sid's grease monkey
And
granddaughter.
then you suddenly see that walking past you, and your entire thoughts suddenly go and vanish. The amazing thing was but the thing that truly disturbed me, the thing that truly caught me off guard, was I saw that outfit again.
Prince Noctus.
But this was a guy wearing it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what happened mentally
What?
when you see that on a man? I'm not talking about Sid. I'm talking about a guy wearing Cindy's outfit. That was the thing which just made my, and it really did. It destroyed the illusion that I had in my mind. Oh god, you can definitely tell the graphics have come a long way.
Right this way.
I mean, you've never seen a badge look so shiny.
Now we play the waiting game.
Confusion was certainly something I went through when I saw the outfit, yes. And after the 10 seconds of confusion became sheer fear. Alright, now, here is where we do something new. I clicked the wrong button. I just realised. That's not the button supposed to click, it's supposed to click the middle button. I keep forgetting to click the middle button. I keep clicking the options button, it sends you that there. Wow, that's almost the same amount of time GTA 5 took to work on it, I think, or something like that. Yeah, it is a very beautifully graphic game. That is something I can definitely say very proudly. It is very nice. Right, because I got the day 1 edition, I get them as a moon. Okay, and for this one, let's go for Ancient Blade, that one. Right, here is where we get something interesting. Now, because I downloaded it for free, I got this. A trendy outfit, and literally on the back is actually the behemoth thing. Yeah, me and brother actually saw it in the game store, and it was actually it was not pre-owned, but it was a day 1 edition. I am surprised they sell day 1 editions so many months after it's released. I mean, that is something that has confused me a lot. Right, and that's what we were in last time, the King of the Regime. However, we have the Chocomog tea, and we have this. This is the armor, which is new, and this gives you a shield that literally protects you. Yeah, barrier that literally keeps you from taking any damage. But we are going pure casual. Oh god. There we go. Ah, that is very lucky. That is very lucky indeed. Ah, that is lucky to have them. I did not want. Wait a minute. That's without a jacket. Where's the jacket? Oh, wait. That was the jacket? That looks like a shirt. There we go. There we go. You see, this is what I was aiming for. Because since we're that high leveled, we don't need to really get ourselves too concerned with, you know, having before we geared up to the eyeballs to keep ourselves safe. So that is why we're going to go pure this for the first half of the game. Then, when we reach a certain point, and you'll know when it is, because I will be very panicky. Because knowing it, as I'm panicked, I'm going to have to grind for maybe a stream or 2 streams. That is when all the viewers that are like less story. Wait, you can?
They got ebony out here.
Wait a minute, I think I actually have that. I keep clicking the options button. I don't like it when I keep clicking the options button. Okay, Noctus, come here. Huh. Ooh. That does not look... I'm not going to wear that ring for the time being. I just don't like how it literally takes up a space. Right, where are we supposed to go?
He'll take his time, but he'll get her done.
Alright. I'll go over here. See, we have all the... You see, we literally look... We don't look loyal at all.
I got a feeling our money's no good here, Noctus.
Now,
Bet you
because
Ace
I
can
am
do it,
also
Let's ask him.
after a lot of things, because I'm very greedy, we're going to do this. Ah, that's actually pretty good. Right, want to take that. Oh, but yeah, I just want to. Whoa, what the?
A moment,
The
Noc.
hell is that?
We've
Who are
expended
you?
the last of our funds.
You're an Ingus.
repairs. I suggest we
Oh my god, this
confound
phantom
Cindy.
stranger came behind me.
Broken down.
Ah, the pauper
and
prince.
flat broke.
Consult Cindy.
Adding insult to injury.
Oh, Gusby. Oh, I didn't even do that on by accident. That was.
Old man's in for both.
And you're
after
not
charging
expecting
us
to
that
see the
much.
map, and you're holding down the
Yeah.
analog stick to go
Must pay him a
forwards.
visit.
You are gonna make a mistake once or twice. But what I want to do in this
She ain't
playthrough,
gonna be
though,
ready for a while.
is
Y'all
to.
need something?
I may already have done. Glitches follow me.
Bit steep. for
There's
a
one
simple
time I
tool,
actually
don't
managed to
you think?
glitch an entire room out once, and that was on Star
now
Wars:
I
The Old
get it.
Republic.
This must be
I
what
literally
Papa
killed
meant
an
when he said
entire
he was
room of
gonna
mobs
teach them
so
boys a
quickly
lesson.
that the
Told
enemies
me
were
he
literally
oughta
still
have y'all
standing
take
up
care of some
despite being
ornery
dead.
varmints that have been
They were
causing a
all in
ruckus
different
round here.
stances, all in
I'd be
different
happy to
positions,
pay y'all for your
all around the
services
room,
if you're up to the challenge.
in
How
the
about
air,
it?
on the ground, standing up, laying down,
So much for
crouching.
finding an easy way out.
They were literally in all
Thanks a
different
lot,
positions.
Papa.
I killed them all too quickly, and they were all glitched standing up, and I petrified someone who walked in the room. Oh yes, and as well, folks, timed quests. Oh, so now a thing. Oh yeah, and you can see there the Armgers. Is that it? I can't see for the life in me. But pretty much, them special weapons. I'm missing 3 because I couldn't find them in my first playthrough. Hopefully when we reach that point we will get them. Because I'm aiming to collect
Don't go running
everything
around
I
after dark.
missed in the first
Demons are
one.
liable to rip
And
y'all
to
to
also reach a
shreds.
higher level
Here,
as
this
well
oughta be enough for a
when
place
it
to stay.
comes to
Just between us, though. Don't tell Papa.
these characters. Because last time I did pretty well. Yeah. It's literally some of the creatures which you couldn't fight first time round. Because I mean, even because there's literally one part of the story when it literally forces you at level 30. Or it was literally between 30 to 38, and it forces you to take on a level 51 boss. Okay. Yes, I know what I'm doing, game.
You've got all those arms at your disposal.
Ah.
Use 'em.
Wait, was that all of them? Oh, it was all of them. I keep forgetting I have to hold down the triangle button to strike at them. Okay, here's my big... Oh, wait. Oh, you'll never see it. Oh, well. Right, we're gonna use our arm weapon, whatever it is. I'm never gonna be able to get the names right. So be ready for that. Now we are gonna save it after each mission or so, because this is technically the tutorial. Is this bit? Well, I say it's tutorial. There's a normal tutorial before you start the game, and then there's this mini tutorial just to teach you the ropes. Actually, in the world. If that makes sense. Ooh, I see you.
Let's do this.
Aha!
The best offense is a good defense.
What the? Oh, so live. That is one thing.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that my warp strike is not gonna
Let's get on with
be friends with me. I think for this playthrough, I just get that feeling it's not going to be because it hasn't hit a single target yet.
So,
Or at least it hasn't, as far as I'm
where we headed
aware.
anyway?
Nowhere until
And
repairs are done.
as well, folks, as I'm playing this
And after
game,
that,
I'm
well,
also
so
letting
before
my
you
Final
know it,
Fantasy XIV,
love a
which
boy's hitch.
finally,
Wait for car
after a
repairs,
whole
then wedding
day
bells in the air.
at being at war
Got it.
with it, has now decided to work, I think, because it's almost reached 9 gigabytes out of 12 gigabytes, I think now. So hopefully tomorrow I can start going on that, which is great.
Almost there.
Now,
You're all.
aha, wait, what? Did that even? Okay,
Warp strike to catch him off guard.
why did it not want to work for me? Aha, and what have you thought?
The Prince of Pain.
Yep.
In your honest opinion so far, what have you thought of the
Mission
game?
complete.
Have you enjoyed it? Because it is a little bit different,
Hello?
I think, compared to other games.
How goes the hunt?
And
Actually, we just finished.
as you get higher level,
Hunt for y'all.
it does get trickier to find a rotation
Fella named
in
Dave
abilities.
went off. We ain't heard from him since. Reckon he staked out
'Cause
a
it
spot in an old
follows-
shack nearby.
Because it actually follows.
Got
The
it.
better to explain this. Imagine the easiest army you can have in any game.
So, what did Cindy say?
What it basically follows this sort of rule. They're very easy
Not missing.
to play
Said he's
as,
holed up in that shack.
but they are really hard to master as you continue with that one. So in Final Fantasy XIV, all the classes, they're easy to play as. That's completely fair enough there, because it's a game you shouldn't really rush, especially if it's your first time playing it. And I'm probably, if this game ever works, well, if the game works for me,
What's this?
and I actually get back into it again, I may actually get a subscription on it, but I don't know yet, because I'm currently subscribed to Star Wars The Old Republic, which
Spoke too soon.
I haven't been on actually for a while. But I can't kind of leave because I'm also a guild leader on that. Oh no, I messed up.
What did I say?
There we go. But yeah, pretty much I'm there if I unsubscribe.
Back to it. Hey, what about the shack over there?
Ah, yeah, true there. God, I can remember just trying to reach 35. That was a self. It literally takes a little bit of time to level up. Does that game? I mean, it took me weeks to get to the level which I was at, and I wasn't even max level. I was almost max level, but I kept on forgetting gear. So yeah, it's very important to keep your gear up, because it's very easy to level on and forgetting to get yourself new gear. It happened to me actually when I was doing my Black Mage leveling back in 2012. You know, this was like a few weeks before A Realm Reborn. was first mentioned. It was literally when the trailer was being shown. It was that point when I sort of kind of left.
This
I
creature's
didn't go
known
on
as a
it
saber tusk.
anymore because of something that
It
occurred.
steals prey with its tusks,
Uh-huh.
extracting game from the safety and comfort
Oh
of
my god, I
burrows.
did it. Ah, that's how you do it.
a bit heartless.
Wow. Oh my god, so many different wolves. But yeah,
Hey,
but I do remember in that game it was, I always seemed to get a bit lost.
look who's in here.
No.
The man of the hour.
That is something.
Dave, right?
And
Been looking
but
for
I
you.
do know in that in the game
Because you're
there
all in
is
trouble.
the gold saucer.
Been stuck here on account of my spring
Now,
ankle.
for any of you viewers who are watching but
I
aren't
gave 'em hell, but couldn't finish
showing
the
up,
job.
and to
Still
Wasabi
won
too
me
as well, if he
love
doesn't
out
already
there.
know this, the gold saucer is
Much
basically
like honey.
the Chocobo's answer to a casino
Puppy to rest
style amusement park as well, where you can pretty much do Chocobo races, you can
We'll take care of it.
bet to see which one wins and stuff like that. So it's basically like a casino in some sense. A lot of gambling takes place, but I'm unsure how it's like in the Final Fantasy 14 because I never actually went there. I think I actually missed it because at the time I was actually busy doing. What was I doing? Oh yeah, as I was actually leveling up. Yeah, Chocobo races. In fact, you can actually get a Chocobo for a mount, but I don't know how to get one because it's not as straightforward to get a mount because you have to do something else to give you a privilege to then do something else on top of that to get yourself a Chocobo. So it wasn't straightforward, or at least back then it wasn't. Probably by this day and age, they probably made it so when you reach a certain level, you probably get one. Knowing it, as other games have followed that path,
So they're the new Crown's Guard or something?
sadly.
Similar,
It's sort of
though
like some of
technically
these
a
online
civilian
games
outfit.
have literally
They've
nerfed
definitely seen a
themselves
lot more
down
action than
to
we
fit
have.
the modern day casual gamer,
Is it cool that we rock
which
Crown's
isn't a
Guard
bad
outfits?
thing per
Be worse
se,
not to. They made
but
them
it
especially
does
for
kind
us.
of,
Even
you know,
got
it
a
makes it
sweet
feel like
insignia
they've
on 'em.
dumbed
In
the
the
game
Crown's
down too
Guard,
much.
your attire
One
identifies you,
example of that would have
so
been World of
wear it with
Warcraft,
pride.
which I used to go on. I went on that for 12 years before I stopped playing.
You want to make camp?
And from that one,
Let's call it a day.
ooh,
I'll
I haven't
see
seen
what I
that
can
before in the
whip up.
background. Anyway, but pretty much though. And I stopped playing it after 12 years. So I basically stopped when Legion was around, literally the newest one with the Demon Hunters. I basically stopped after that. Yes, back in vanilla, before Burning Crusade, it was difficult. I used to tank for endgame dungeons, but I never reached raid tanking back then. I didn't actually do raids until oh, I've forgotten what it's called. Wrath of the Lich King. I think. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? Northern one. Wrath of the Lich King. It's something like that. That was the expansion which I started doing raids as my tank. And I even switched to Horde side as my tank. And that's when the invention of Super Cow appeared. Because it was literally when I was tanking some bosses and it knocked you off it knocks you off places. I managed to do something which I called Super Cow myself back again, which was actually using Heroic Leap, and then you use the special charge which charges you to a friendly target, and I literally did that and I slingshotted myself across the entire area to get back to the boss. It were pretty fun times, I gotta admit, it was pretty fun times. It was a long time back when I did that, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but now, this day and age, when you play on Legion, It's basically like Blizzard have basically given you a virtual hand. You hold it and you walk through the game. That is literally what it's like. And it kind of destroyed a lot of things. Yeah, so that's we shall stop that then. Hey,
Hey, this one's
I
pretty
never
good.
got these pictures
know.
last time.
I dig it too.
Oh well. It is fun first time around when you do it. It is fun 'cause I did get myself a pretty decent monk, which was maximum level, and oh, what was it again? What was your character I got? Because I think I got, oh yeah, my demon hunter I got. My demon hunter was the first character I got to maximum level, and I basically made him into a light monster.
Looking after her.
He was basically a glass cannon.
All things considered,
However,
I'd say she turned out okay.
when you've done it,
You just need to treat
when
her
you've
right.
done the story and you've
Stuff is
actually
wrench with a sun don't shine.
started doing
Take out the
things,
car and it will take
now
your loss.
burnout can be a very cruel and very unexpected twist. Yes, that is true. That is why I believe you tend to have stuck with the Mega Man games, which I know they haven't been nerfed down. Because I tried to go on the collection which I got and I failed on the first mission, and that was pretty bad. And this is actually here's a little challenge for you, SRB2, as you have a
Sometimes I wonder
PlayStation
if
Air
there's
emulator,
inside
don't you,
that beautiful
on your
heart.
laptop?
Sitting most of the day was pretty nice.
I think.
Napping was even better.
I'm trying to remember. If you do, then there is one game I would like you to try and complete. Now, it is tricky, but it's a game which I grew up with. And I think this game will really open up eyes.
Over there.
Because this will really show just how much of a difference
Yes, but not sure
compared
why
to
the
past
main
games difficulties were like compared to modern day games. And the game in question is the first ever Tekken.
Scared, big guy?
You ought to be too.
That game,
You sure? Looks
oh
tame.
my
Yeah.
god. I remember when I completed Tekken 6, I literally got the Platinum Trophy on my old PS3. I completed it fully. I was very happy with myself. Wow,
Nothing to it.
just wow. He took all the glory.
Ring, ring.
But yeah, pretty much, folks.
Hello?
Past games, you know, back from the 90s, because I grew up with the PlayStation. And when I was playing games, it was coming down to the most. It was coming down to the. Oh ho ho! Let me tell you a tale.
So,
Fun words to start out with. Let me tell you a tale.
Ignition
Once upon a
ticket
time,
and never let go.
there was someone who was very good at fighting games. They literally completed Tekken 6. They went on to online matches. They beat like 95% of the people. They completed the story mode with ease. Well, both story modes. And then they decided. They were going to play on the first ever Tekken to prove how good they were. Oh, little did they expect what they were gonna go through was sheer hell. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Tekken 3 was probably my favourite, but when I first started playing the Tekkens, I first started on Tekken 2. Because my friend actually had the first Tekken game. So I basically grew up with Tekken 2, Mortal Kombat Trilogy,
Our Crown City upbringing didn't prepare
and
us for
Crash
this.
Bandicoot.
Pretend you're walking to the car.
And I think a year or two after, Final Fantasy VII came out for the PlayStation. So back when blocky graphics, which were absolutely amazing, earth-shatteringly brilliant. Now you play it this day and age and it's all blocky. And you think, I must have been on some serious hardcore stuff to think that was good.
It's rude
But
to
of
keep
course
a
that
girl
actually
waiting.
just shows
You
you
apologize.
just how
What is that?
just how far gaming graphics have come in the 20 years or so.
That thing's
I
like
mean, you see this
a
game.
third, half
This game
storm,
is
half airship.
fantastic.
You realize that's 3 halves.
Would explain its size.
Alright. Cause that was a game. Now, I will give you this warning. The first Tekken game was good. However, it was clunky controls. The graphics... When I showed someone else the graphics, they felt physically unwell. Because the graphics did not age very well. And, of course, there is the one game. The one 3D game. Yeah. Exactly. When you go on it, compared... So if you watch Tekken 7 or you be on Tekken 6, and you're thinking, these graphics are so amazing, you look back to the first ever one and you are going to have an aneurysm. It's literally like that. You're going to have a big realization
Feels so
that the first
sluggish.
ever game
Indeed.
was a game everyone called fantastic graphics. And then you look back and you realise they are... Oh. Yeah. Clunky controls. There's another game which has clunky controls which I actually did, which was actually called Destruction Derby. Now that's a racing game for kings. And if you ever try and do sports commentating style
Yeah, sure.
commentating, be very, very careful. Because you can throw your voice box out, as I did when I did it. It was a fun game. I went on it. It was great.
Sorry about the wait.
Hey,
She purty.
she is pretty.
She's almost too pretty for the road.
Oh God, pretty. She's pretty, and the car is too.
She's back. We should all get a picture
So
with her.
yeah, the shouldn't do no. But there is one game, SRB2. If you ever want to punish someone, a gamer, there is one game you must introduce them to.
Oh, and before I
It's a
forget,
PlayStation 1
would
game.
y'all mind
It's
making
a
little
game
delivery
which
for me?
almost destroyed all 3D games for the PlayStation.
No, not at all.
Perfect.
And
Thought you
it
said yes.
was the
So I already
mascot
put it in the trunk. There
before
should be a
Sonic
motel
appeared.
on your way to Galden. If y'all wouldn't mind giving that to the
So
owner,
that is something to
that'd be
think
swell.
about.
Grandpa like grandkid.
And you may be thinking, what kind of doomsday game is this?
Care to take her for a little
It is a
test
3D game and it is called Bubsy 3D. That game has controls you are gonna be horrific by. Literally, the controls
Not sure
you
I've got what it
literally
takes.
slam to the left
Then allow me to take the wheel.
and they move so slowly. But I'd probably say this. Get an emulator version of that game and try and get past the first level without cringing, yelling, vomiting or going into some sheer fit of either anger, depression or basically a psychosis break. If you get past the first mission without any of them, I will salute you. And the weird thing is, me and my brother actually completed that game when it first appeared. When it came out, me and brother actually bought it. Now back then, it was half okay. The controls were a bit clunky back then. And we actually completed the game. Oh, but you haven't heard the worst bit of it all, SRB2. See, that game, it turned into a cartoon series for literally 2 episodes.
Time to go.
They made a cartoon
Right behind
series
you.
of Bubsy, and it only lasted for 2 episodes. It was literally, I think it was either a 20-minute or a 40-minute long a video of 2 episodes on there, and they stopped it straight away. And then, of course, when Bubsy failed, in came Sonic. Sonic came in, just swept it all up, tied itself up, until the games of the future appeared with Sonic, and that just completely just destroyed it again. Quest location. There we go.
Everything in order.
But yeah,
Yep.
that's something for you to think about. A game that is so nightmarishly doomsday actually got made into a cartoon series as well. I mean, the previous games
Hammerhead is like
of
no garage
Bubsy,
ever.
before it turned into 3D,
You know?
they were
Always
actually
expect no
kind of
less
good,
of Purveyor's
because they were
crown.
2D. They
I'll miss it once
stayed
this road trip's
2D.
over with.
But
No
then
reason you can't pay
came
them a visit anytime
3D.
you please. I'm sure Cindy will be glad
My
to look
God.
after your car.
If you want to play a good
Right.
3D game,
So,
I
that's
have
what
to
this is
admit
about.
this, because I did go on
Need,
this
I can
at a
always
friend's
lend you the
house.
regalia.
Whoa!
Super Mario 64
Yeah, thanks for the offer,
was
but
probably the best 3D
once we're
game
back
I
in the
went
Crown
on
City,
when I was younger.
I think I better score my own wheels.
That was until when I got into Crash Bandicoot more, and I really enjoyed that. So I was raised with Sony, but I did also do Nintendo as well on the side. That sounds kind of wrong in some sense, come to think of it. Oh god. I didn't mean to come out sounding like that. 9 minutes till my Final Fantasy XIV's done. It was a really good game with Super Mario.
Might
Yeah,
wanna stock
Super
up
Mario
on potions
64.
and stuff.
Nice.
It
Could be
was a
helpful for
fun
change.
game,
What do you mean for a
and
change?
in this modern day, the game is still played, but it's done as a speed run now. Which I have got to admit, completing the entire Mario 64 game from start to finish in 1 hour and 28 minutes is something by far amazing. However, it's when you use glitches and things to abuse that, that's when it doesn't. Because for me, using a glitch doesn't quite make it fair.
knows how to find
That's
us.
not showing your skill. That's just making the game temporarily break for you and to continue on. 12 years earlier. Hey, it's a flower with some wax on
Nice
it.
flower. It's the same kind we
Hmm.
sewed our crowns from.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Sil blossoms.
Their crowns were made out of flowers? Hey, cute dogs.
So
I gotta admit,
I have a favorite.
I just gotta admit though, when we do this
Take
stream,
the
when we do
notebook
these.
with you when you go. Sure. That's not all. I want
Ah,
you to
fair
put
enough
something
though.
in the book and
Oh, that's
send
good.
it back.
Yeah, cause I don't see glitching a game counting as actually speedrunning through something. I mean, that's sort of like watching a film and you fast forward 40 minutes of it to watch the next 20 minutes and then to say you watch the entire film. Right, we're going to go with that choice. But yeah, that's basically what God gets my nerves a little bit. Is when you when you meet people and there's this basically say, I've seen this film. And you say, okay. And when you ask them, do you remember this bit? They're like, what's that bit?
All set.
You're like, you have watched the film, haven't you?
I know.
And they basically
Don't
come
tell
out and
me.
say they
Don't
have
ask.
watched
What was
it.
that about? You don't say.
Yeah,
Now that our work's
it kind
done,
of destroys the
ourselves to
whole
go.
objective of actually watching a film or playing a game through fully. If you're just gonna skip bits of it or you're going to literally
Hold on a sec, sir.
cause
an
things to
envelope addressed to
happen
Maldaccio
which
inside
make
the
certain
package.
things
Maldaccio.
not able to continue on.
Yes, sir. The headhunter ought to
That
be
does
around here
that
somewhere.
does get on my nerves a
Mind
little bit
making
when
one more
people
delivery?
do that and
What
they
do you
claim
say,
they
Knox?
completed it.
Might as well while we're in
And
the
this is
neighborhood.
their first time around playing it. Which, fair enough. Fair enough. Finding the glitch is pretty rare and it does sometimes happen. It happens
Look
to
who it
people, it
is.
happens to some
I really
people a
hope
lot
you're
more than it should do. Like in my Dishonored 2 stream which I did.
Make that 2.
When that that clockwork soldier suddenly glitched through the ceiling. That was incredibly lucky. And it did come back to bite me.
Wait,
As Sabi2 saw when we went into the kitchen, and it was there, it was in there waiting for us.
Us hunters keep 'em on our
But I
person.
gotta admit, I've never sprinted that fast in my life in that
in
game.
case you forget who you are?
More like so no one
That is
else
something I'm always
forgets
going to
who they
remember.
were.
Hunters lead a life of danger. Sometimes
Yeah.
tags are the
Well,
only
pretty
things
much,
that keep them
folks.
back in one piece.
Hopefully this game
It's
will
our
last
job
us
to deliver
until,
to the families of the
what's the
As it was,
date today?
came out
Because we've got it on my
here
phone
weeks
here.
back.
Ah, it's 7th.
If y'all
But it's
happen to
29th.
find anything
So that means, hang on.
over there, would you do me a
9th,
favor
10th,
and send 'em
11th,
my
12th,
way?
13th.
Yeah.
Ah, it gives me
Word is somebody spotted
a
tag
week
around these parts.
to complete this game
Try
in
asking the
streams.
local tipster. He'll point you in the right direction.
Now you may wonder, why? Why am I trying to time myself for a week? Well, that is because next week, and I'm going to work off SRB2's time here, but next week, it'll actually be my birthday. So yeah.
Those tags are heavy stuff.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
suffer
Final
without
Fantasy
the emotional
15
weight, which
is
fun
a
and
very
brutality.
leisurable game.
And give the
You don't
families
have to
peace of
rush
mind.
through it.
Let's
It
start by
doesn't
following up
force
on that
you
hot tip.
to rush through it. I think, actually, you know what? I'm going to save it. Now, I'm going to save over this one because I've literally just reached the point I was at. I just realised I shouldn't have done that because that actually had something else on there. Whoops, oh never mind. It's the carnival thing, which we're going to do again sometime. Don't worry folks, that is going to be coming back. And we're going to wear our outfit for it. Man, I can't talk at the moment. My wording's going all over the place. Otter. Quest. Actually, you know what? I want to do that gun hunting mission. But I don't think we can. Hang on, what's this? Oh, hi, Elixir.
I'm grateful for y'all agreeing to help collect tags and all. It'd be a
Wait,
damn shame if
where
our
is
tags
the
were
next one?
ones we find.
Actually, you know what? We're going to find a quickly quest. Dang it. I forget you have to talk to these sometimes as well. I must not look at the throat. But yeah, pretty much as well. We will be doing some of these little grinds. We're doing some missions, some side missions as well, to help break up the story and such. See there, you can go on hunts. Now hunts are pretty good at getting you like certain things required to upgrade weapons, or to upgrade your car. No, just weapons. I got myself completely confused there for a moment. And you can buy meal food here.
Happy to tell you about
So
the
if you're
area.
not going to be camping and you need a certain advantage, so like a certain food buff, you can just go to one of these places. You can then just buy that, buff yourselves up, and then you're ready to go. Now, the higher level you are and the higher leveled place you are, the higher the buff is going to be. So the higher level, the bigger the buff, the better
See that over there?
What about
the
it?
advantage you're going to get in the fight is going to be.
Better make tracks.
If that makes any
Good job,
sense.
Octo.
There in a jiffy.
Alright, we're going to do this. So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to go here.
So,
It's
you
realised.
thinking to fairy tale Lady Lunafreya back to the Crown City?
Nah,
Yeah,
maybe
that
the rest happily
mountain.
ever after.
Wow.
It looks
Still
really
can't
hard to
believe
climb
you're
up.
actually tying the knot, dude.
But it's lucky because we don't
How
have
does
to
it
climb up
feel
the
now
mountain.
that it's finally
We just
happening?
gotta go
Fine,
here.
I guess.
Ah, come on, you can't fool
Oh
me.
well, not
Any
yawn
guy
too
would be over
much.
the moon to marry her.
No
Oh,
big deal.
hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Somewhere there is a thing.
It came from there.
It came from the... Oh, that looks like a big... Retrieve the dog tag.
Huh.
You expect me to... Wait a minute. What's it taking me now?
Maybe.
Ah. I think it might be a different one. Because I remember there's one mount in this game which is hellish. And that was literally one of the... Oh. Oh, I got a break. What the hell?
No big deal.
What the... There we go.
Let's be done
Is
with
it
this
all?
riffraff.
Yes. No. Yes. Good.
Let's go.
Right. With these
Indeed.
dog tag missions... Ah, wait, where's the giant turtle? Oh, is that on the mountain? Yeah. Some of them mountains contain some very scary things. Like active volcano hotspots. Wow. My Final Fantasy XIV has just finished.
Oh.
That is amazing. And it only took a full day. After 7 attempts. So many solution findings, and it didn't... Ah. Fair enough there. Oh yes.
Found one already, huh?
Interesting thing for you to know, Asabi too.
The pieces.
In Final Fantasy XIV,
Well, try to keep your spirits
there
up.
are summons in the game, so Ifrit is in the game. And Behemoth is in the game. And Odin's in the game. However, these summons are a little bit different. If you would like to take a wild stab in the dark in how they are different in this game,
Yes, you're right.
in Final Fantasy XIV. If you want to take a guess, do feel free to take a guess now. As we see what we get. Ooh, that's some nice experience. Alright. I think it's time to unlock chapter 2. And do that. No,
Everything
I'm
in
button.
order.
Yep.
All right.
I'm already at the place I'm supposed to be at. I want to know why is he at the front? Why am I at the front? Oh, that's lucky.
For our next
Yeah,
story,
pretty
Lady
much.
Lunafreya of Tenebrae has issued an official statement regarding the forthcoming
Yeah, this game summons, they look fantastic, but it's completely random in how, when they appear. But for USRB2, in Final Fantasy XIV, the summons in that game, I believe, are raid bosses.
You will find me in your towns and villages, as you always have, and I shall continue
And
to
the first summon that was made as a raid boss is everyone's favourite Hellfire entity,
In the treaty?
Ifrit.
Of course.
You have to fight Ifrit as a raid boss
The peace deals.
in his
So it's
realm.
more like a marriage of convenience.
A ladyship.
Oh wait, sorry, not he basically taints a ground around him and turns it into his ground, and you have to fight him
What's that? I do?
with a full raid group. And if you are not aware of this one,
Hey!
they're using the raids
I
as
see it too.
like from Final Fantasy VIII's dungeons. Now, back in Final Fantasy VIII, and I think this is the only time they did this until this online game, they basically made you set a time, and you had to clear the dungeon before that time ran out. So that could mean, let's say for instance in Final Fantasy XIV, you set yourself 15 minutes. You're gonna go into a raid that has 3 bosses. You have to kill all bosses within 15 minutes. If you do not do it, let's say for instance you kill 2 bosses, and you're reaching the final boss. Just reach him, the timer runs out. It basically resets everything
Ready
back.
to set sail?
Just gotta find my sea legs first.
Better hurry.
A feature on the wedding.
Yeah, I must admit, the first Final Fantasy I played
That's some
was
fancy
7.
fabric work.
I played 8, I played 9, I played 1, I played 2, 3. I own 4, and I own the 4 expansion.
The dress is
I played on 6.
and comes courtesy of one of Alticia's
I played on
finest
10.
fashion designers.
I very almost completed 10 too. In fact, that game was the first Final Fantasy I very almost completed.
As opposed to
But then, my game decided, I'm gonna damage myself so he can no longer play it. On the count of 3, I shall scratch myself.
so does a
And that's pretty much what happened. It literally damaged itself inside the machine. So I couldn't go on it.
I'm afraid you're out of luck.
And I found out years later in America when I went over there for a holiday with my family to Florida when I was younger.
What's your story?
We went into a game store and I actually picked up a gaming magazine. You know, back when gaming guides were in a book. I know, right? That's ancient now. A gaming guide in a book? My God. When were they around in that day and age? And pretty much, I read through that book. The thing that truly enrages me, I was literally on the 3rd to last boss in the entire game before my game just decided to crash and destroy itself.
I'm skeptical, though I won't discount the possibility.
That was how close I was, and that has always been a mark on me. However, I found out a few days back they remastered Final Fantasy X and X-2. I am gonna get that game and I am gonna complete it because I felt cheated out by that. You were a Microsoft
Out of service indeed.
fan. Well, player. Well, that's alright as well because because when I got the PS3, PS2, and the Xbox first came out, I started owning both consoles. And when the next generation came out, I got both consoles again. And I just got the Wii. In fact, I still need to go on the Wii again sometime because I actually did the Wii Fit on there.
According to my sources, given strict orders not to let any vessels
In
leave
all the
docks
Halo
above the-
games,
We're no
I've
shame
only
if you were
completed
late to
one.
your own wedding.
Yeah, I've
Right,
been
Prince
on 1,
Noctus?
2,
Name's Dino, by
3,
the way.
and
Pleasure.
Reach.
The Crown Prince of Lucis
I've
married
only
me
ever
in his
completed
fancy
Halo
car.
Reach's story.
Surely you didn't think it'd go unnoticed. At
I
least
never
not by this
completed the other
reporter.
storylines. I
Lucky
kept
for
on
you,
getting
this
lost.
reporter has integrity. If you want to remain incognito,
And I didn't know
I'll
where anything
respect
else
your
was.
wish in exchange for a favor.
So that pretty much made it really hard for me to continue the game. Because I kept on getting lost. I didn't know where I was. And then Halo Reach came out and I managed to complete it somehow. I'll listen to him. Yes, I was just moving myself to a bit more comfy position.
I knew you'd come around. Let me see your map.
So yeah. So hopefully we can get... Yeah.
Marked where you need to go.
It was actually pretty
All
good.
you gotta do is find me some rough gemstones.
It was
Like
nice
this
as
one.
well how that game
Do this,
showed
and
you
your ship
the
will come in. Don't.
Pillar of
the Beatles
Autumn
will run you out of town.
actually being
Capiche?
what's it called? Being cargoed up. And even wheeling past Master Chief's pod next to your character
He's really
was a
got your
pretty
number,
nice
Noctis.
touch.
Not like we made much effort
Oh,
to
I'd
keep it
admit.
secret.
Even if we had, the press always finds a way.
Oh
We
boy.
needn't befriend him, but we'd best not make him our
I
enemy.
gotta say, I was talking through it, doing my throat of mischief with my vocal cords. Right. There's the little kitty here. Little kitty. Come here, little kitty. What are you doing here?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Just say hey buddy and let it just have a little meow at you.
How come you're all alone?
At least it beats them
Must
what
be
my
hungry.
dog does. Just quacks at me.
That's what I thought. Hold on a sec.
That's
I'll
what I
find you
thought. I
something.
was like, I'll find you something.
Gotta come up with some
Oh
cat
my
food.
god.
Could always buy some.
Or we could fish for some.
Yeah, it
Excellent
could.
idea. Let's go.
Wait. I have to get
All
fish.
right, this one's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Obtain an edible fish. I'm not gonna try to say that. Give the fish to the cat. Wait, I already own it?
Here you
When
go.
did I?
Caught fresh.
When did I? Oh, that's right.
You don't like fish?
Which direction was that
like
kind of
cooked
attack?
fish.
It looked like it just looked like it tried to use its arse to attack the fish. Well, I didn't anticipate that mission to go suddenly so quickly. So it seems even your inventory got carried through, and I must have had one of the spare fishes on me. Because I am intending to try and get the
Hey, do you
professions
serve
done
anything
as
a
well.
cat might like?
So like all the cameras to level 10,
No,
all the cooking
there's
to
this
number
cat
to
over
level
there.
10, all the adventuring to number
I have
10,
a feeling I know the feline you've got in
and the
mind.
fishing to number
Let
10.
me whip something up. Paying customers come first, though.
Hopefully.
Someone just ordered the last fish on hand.
So,
Would you
mind catching another
another
one of
these
those was.
while I make
Oh
their
my
meal?
god.
Let's grab a bite.
Absolutely breathtaking.
Yes, I was about to say the same.
Ha. Nice try. I've already
Great.
caught the
I'll
fish.
start on it right away. You know, this
I just
is
can't
really
believe what's
thoughtful
going on
of you,
here.
But be warned, cats are
This
clingy,
is
and they're
literally.
notoriously picky eaters too.
Picky eaters.
I mean, this is literally the first time I've had this much
When it
ease for a
comes
mission.
to food, felines are quite finicky. So you
Okay.
are wise to entrust
So
the
what we're
cooking
gonna
to me.
do, we're
Here.
gonna aim to try and reach maybe chapter 2
This bites.
or something like that.
My deliveries.
Or maybe not, maybe just feed the cat. Then just... Oh, the cat's not there. Oh wait, there it is.
Alright, here you
Kitty,
go.
I have a fish for you. Wow,
You're
that
one
is
spoiled
one
cat.
unusually picky cat.
Aw, I
Okay,
think he likes you.
I think he likes you. He doesn't like me, he likes the
Might keep
fish.
on clinging forever.
Bit like how my dog acts sometimes. She doesn't I don't think she truly cares about me. She only does whenever I have food which she takes interest in. And as soon as I've finished, she's gone. Quite literally, it's almost like the cartoonish outline of a cloud of someone moving that fast away. It's nearly to that degree. That is what it's like. Right. That's the wrong one. Haha. Okay. Oh boy. So we are going. I'm taking the other side. You know what? We're gonna go. Oh no, we're not. We're gonna do this middle thing quickly. What do you mean you won't do driving there?
The roads are perilous at night. Let us wait for morning.
We don't have to worry about this one, folks. There we go.
I'll take the wheel from here.
So be it.
So we'll
Only
take the
ask.
wheel.
Keep the
This is gonna be
recklessness to a
brave.
minimum.
Where am I supposed to go? Manual. Yeah.
It's rather dark out. You sure
Now,
you can
I
handle
don't know
this?
where I'm going to be
I
going.
can see fine. Take a load off for a while.
In fact, let me find. Oh my god. No, no, what? Never mind. Ah, welcome back. Okay, so I basically decided we're gonna try and get to at least
Maybe
chapter
Sid was
2
right about your lack of
before I stop the stream.
You're one step above delivery.
So at least I can get one chapter
Royal
done.
rank carries little weight
So we just
outside
gotta
the Crown City.
reach
Glad it's not
this
weighing me
part.
down.
Gotta get this mineral hand it back, and then probably stop just before the end of this chapter, because I do remember there's a long cutscene, and I don't want to be waiting around too long. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, I keep slipping my finger off the back pedal with control. It keeps catching. Yeah, it should be, considering that we are level 50s, almost 60s, so we have that advantage on our side. It's just all about.
You sure?
Oh, I remember
According to the
this.
map. Let's scope it out.
I can actually remember this. Hop out.
Everybody out.
Okay. Everybody out. Knocked. You're still driving.
Nice change of pace.
They're not gonna get out when you're driving. Yeah, I think it does. So when we've
Knocked. Try to hit him from behind.
Feeling check.
See, this is why you want to be
Capital idea,
careful.
Noct.
Whoa. But yeah. Oh yeah. In Final Fantasy 14, the bombs are in that as well. Swing. There we go.
We all good?
Whew. Yeah, folks. If you're doing this without New Game Plus, don't go out at night, otherwise that will happen. You see, that's what I mean by the level gap is huge. I mean, you're not even level 10 or something. You're not near level 10, and level 30 jumps out at you. That is what is a bit wrong with the level gap. There seems to be no sense. Yeah, true as well then. Nighttime is one of those rare ones where if you get a really good view, great.
The color's amazing.
But you are running the risk of, oh, that's a big chicken. And you're also running the risk of being jumped by demons. Stop. That chicken looks pretty peeved. He's having a bad night's sleep. Must be dreaming about being, I don't know, laying a bad egg that just won't pass. I don't know what I'm on about anymore. Okay, sneak up. There we go. A gentleman's agreement. True. You're not meant to fight the demons at this point of the game. Oh, the chicken's woken up. Wait, it's got another set of wings. That is something I didn't expect. It has 4 wings, but at least it only has 1 beak. Woof, bloody hell, that was close. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could have one of them as a flying, sort of like transport in this game?
Oh, we made it out alive.
That would be
I
great
seriously thought we were at Journey's End.
to get that as like a flying mount
Indeed.
for this game. But sadly, no. But I have seen a very unusual screenshot that you can actually make your car into a flying one. Yep. That's the music that went through. Alright, let's get back to this car. Why did it jump?
Time to go.
Right. We're gonna make a full U-turn. Whoa, that was a very risky U-turn, was that? No wonder Ignis doesn't let Noctus drive. If he's pulling stunts like that, Yeah, pretty much. Ooh. There we go. I like how in this game though, it's sort of like you just hold down the trigger and you just drive. You don't have to control anything else. You just hold down the trigger and you just do it. And you just do it for manual. It's why I sort of prefer... I mean, if you have an Ignis, you're literally saving your finger from being used. Am I gonna... Okay. So...
Everybody out.
Aye, aye.
It didn't let me... Okay, that just literally makes no sense. The car park is there. Why did you not let me just go into the car park? Okay. Now we go here. Now I think...
Made it.
This is the last mission in this chapter. So you see how quick this chapter is. Ah, I didn't know that, you see. I literally did not know anything, because I've barely got any upgrades for that car. In fact, I think the last upgrade I got for that car was the high beams, which literally made demons become scared of you and run away. That was the only thing I ever really got, because I didn't know how to get the other things. Or I couldn't find where to go, or I was too low level to do it. So basically it just came to that, I just couldn't do that. But this time folks, because we're doing on New Game Plus, we have the advantage. Because not only we have very strong groups, but I have something... I really want to make this playthrough I'm doing here one which actually does all the but to get the rest of the weapons. To basically get the other things as well. So I'm gonna hand this done, Dino.
Nice work, kid.
But
Sorry
nothing
for giving you
else.
such a hard time.
If
I
it
just
says
had to
if it
get
gives
my
the
hands
choice
on
on
it,
going
see
on the
what it meant
boat, we're not
black.
gonna get on the boat,
You
we're gonna end
understand,
the
don't
stream.
you?
If
See,
that's the
I'm a
case.
reporter by day and an amateur
jewelers.
jeweler by night. This elusive little beauty's
Yeah.
gonna become a masterpiece.
Hopefully though,
To
because
make it
of
up to
what
you,
level
I'll
we're
share
gonna
a
be
little
able to
scoop.
reach that
That special
point,
coin you got?
we can
It
do
commemorates the Oracle's
that.
ascension. That guy was
But
tossing
yeah
them out to
folks,
everyone.
you'll know when we
Was
reach
to pick them
halfway
up
through
back
the
in
game.
Niflheim. And speaking of freebies, here's one from me.
Aye.
Back if you want to buy
Now
more.
you are gonna tell folks
I doubt a souvenir
when
like
we
that
reach
can make its way
halfway
into the
through the
hands of an
game,
ordinary citizen.
because
Oh, well,
Imperial
it's our pocket
forts
change now.
Let's learn from
begin
history. Book of
to
place
appear.
this time.
That's the halfway marker to the game, just about. And it's also where free roaming becomes more interesting, because dropships start appearing, which can arrive anywhere at any time. You could even be in the middle of a vast woodland and they'll appear. But yeah folks, so that's been it for this one, folks. That has been the first Final Fantasy 15 stream. We're going to do more of this. And you see our dream team here. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Any of you folks who are watching this and you're wondering, how is that the halfway marker? You'll find out. You'll find out when we've reached that point. But for now, folks, thank you very much for watching. Do please catch us in the next part where we're going to start off chapter 2, where things, they start to appear. But it turns out, oh yes, one bit as well, some people had some issues with this game, because believe it or not, this actually isn't the first part of the story. Turns out they made an anime film, so CGI film, that actually explains the story before this happens. And I think there's another cartoon or CGI thing as well which explains it even more, that's based before this game as well. So it's pretty much 2 things before the game itself explains the story. So that is something. But yeah, folks, so do feel free to subscribe, comment and like, because that's always great to see. And do please have a very good morning, afternoon, evening and night, folks. See y'all later, and do please have a lot of fun, y'all. And I finally get to see if Final Fantasy 14 works for me now. So yeah, folks, see y'all later, and do please have a lot of fun, y'all.